Hey everybody, welcome back to the Annie Rankers Anime of the Year podcast, part 8, where we're gonna be going over the best cast in anime of 2020. The only channel where we debate, deliberate, and defecate all over your favorite anime. My name is Stefan, and I have the same cast as always. We got my boy Tim.
What's good? It's your boy.
We got my boy Omar.
Yo.
And I think that's everybody for today.
Yo, listen.
So,
listen.
my bad.
We're gonna be disrespectful today. Oh, Stefan, I'm gonna fight you today. That's all I'm gonna say. No
And
intro.
we, of course, not to be forgotten, we have Nakarin.
I hate you, and I'm gonna make sure that you suffer during this stream.
Sounds
Go
exceptional.
out of my way.
Chose violence.
Sounds perfect. Yeah, so we got the best cast of characters. Anybody have any particularly strong feelings they want to get out before we start? I don't.
Black Clover.
No.
All right then, let's get into the list. All right, so first on the list we have Dogeza. Let me also mention, one winner, 2 runners up, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So three winners overall. So first on the list we have Dogeza. I tried asking while kowtowing. Ahiru no Sora, Akudama Drive, Attack on Titan Final Season, Black Clover, Baki, The Great Ratai Tournament Saga, Fire Force Season 2, Haikyuu to the Top, Higurashi When They Cry Go, Interspecies Reviewers, Isekai Quartet 2, Jujutsu Kaisen, Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 2, My Hero Academia 4th Season, second half, My Team Romantic Comedy Snafu Climax, A Certain Scientific Railgun T, ReZero Starting Life in Another World Season 2, The Misfit of Demon Academy History's Strongest Demon King reincarnates and goes to school with his descendants, and Tower of God.
Why is Tower of God on here?
And Tower of God.
Oh,
Say it with your chest, Stefan. Say it with your chest.
do not say it with your chest.
Or when did you become a hater? You like Tower of God? What's going on here? Like
The webtoon's different from the anime, and the anime was a disappointment.
But this isn't most disappointing. This is best
We'll get to that one.
cast.
yeah.
We will
Okay.
get to that when
Tower
we get
of
to
God
that.
will probably win.
No,
Hey,
it will
who
not
said that?
win.
Who said that?
It
That
will
wasn't
not
me.
win.
We haven't
Tim,
recorded
watch
it
the
yet,
damn
so it's
show
not a
before you
spoiler.
even judge this show. Watch the show, Tim. Did you watch it?
Could we start cutting,
So
fellas?
what are we gonna cut first?
I want to cut. Okay, here's my list so far. Black Clover, and I want
You want to cut Black Clover? Knocker, could we do one at a time? I feel like you love batching stuff.
Yeah.
We have a
No,
process
okay,
here.
sure.
He thinks it increases the chances of all of them getting cut.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Fine. Sure. Black Clover. The reason is it was a whole filler arc this year, and in terms of like things that were happening, you know what I mean. I feel like if it had like
No,
more,
I don't know what
That
you
told me
mean.
enough.
like if
I
if
mean,
there was,
personally, I would say a lot of the more prominent characters got some pretty big development this year. Noelle got a lot of development with her, and her. The whole year hasn't been a filler arc for the record, just maybe like the second half of the year. So the first half was when she got her new abilities, of course, and she was kind of interacting with her brothers and learning how to stand up for herself. Also, the trap guy had a whole little mini arc to himself, where it's kind of him going back to his original town and finding. I don't know what the word would be, but like finding peace with himself and what happened to his father and all that. And some of the captains get some development too, and we meet some new characters. But I probably wouldn't say it's best cast of this year.
I
Just
feel
because
like
the more interesting characters you didn't get to hear a lot from.
yeah.
I don't know though. There were honestly all the characters.
No, see, like, I just
had
feel like
their-
if you
their
compare it
moments.
to like, okay, like there's so many contestants that are better in my opinion as a cast overall.
And,
The thing
it's
that
probably
Black-
not. It's not top 3 for me, but I'm a little
Yeah.
surprised that we're cutting it first. To be
I mean,
honest with you,
my whole thing is to like. This is also with My Hero Academia too. It shares the same problem. I feel like there are so many characters that like trying to focus on the main cast sometimes gets jaded and not as much content gets put into them as I'd wish they were. In comparison to like a smaller cast like Haikyuu, where like
Haikyuu is also a huge.
I was
It
gonna
is,
say,
like-
it's a volleyball
Nah,
team, isn't
no,
it?
it is. No, you're right. But the characters they do focus on, like they don't focus on every single team, every single arc. they focus on specific teams with specific people, and the people that they focus on, they do a really good job and they do a better job. So in comparison,
I don't know
to
if I
that-
agree with what you're saying, to be honest,
completely
but
agree on that last point.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe. But we can cut Black Clover, I guess.
who would have thought Black Clover goes first?
Yeah, I don't think that should have gone first, but
Me neither.
whatever. There's plenty of shows here that could
There's
easily-
way more than enough shows that should have gone.
Like, why
first.
why did Black Clover get cut before Dogeza?
Yeah, that's the main thing I was thinking. How did Dogeza not just go immediately?
I mean, we're cutting Dogeza now for the
Yeah.
record. I just
How did that not
I like
go
some of the
first?
girls
Alright.
in that show.
Let's
Yo,
see.
you know what? You know what I think about this show though. I feel like as the show went on, as the season went on, of course, there's still I think one more episode left. But as
There
it
is.
went on, like they started to try and flesh out the girls a little. No pun intended. They try to flesh out the girls a little bit more because, like in the beginning, it was just like, oh, here's a girl. She's this generic archetype. Let's see her boobs or panties.
Let's see her panties.
and but then as it went on, it was like there's more I feel like in the episode with one of the recent ones with the mangaka.
gas girl?
Oh well, no, the one before that, the mangaka one.
Yeah.
It's like they're talking about like her work and like how you get good with writing with with the digital tools by working with the analog. I was like, wow, they're putting information into this. That's interesting. And then it just goes back into it. But I'm like, oh, they try to do a little bit more as this
Even
show
the most
went
recent
on.
episode, even the most recent episode, he pulled up to like a gas station,
yeah.
and she's talking about, oh yeah, me and my father own this gas
Yeah.
station, and a lot of people been coming by.
Yeah,
And then they're like, well, if you show me your panties,
And-
I'll
and
buy a
then-
lot of gas.
and also, they were also saying like the narrator was his dad or something.
Oh yeah, the narrator's his dad apparently.
They tried to do some stuff like develop like fleshing out the characters a little bit more, but I mean it still needs to get cut
Yeah,
though.
okay,
It still needs to get cut.
I'm glad it's got mentioned this much.
I'm gonna just start cutting stuff that I edit. I'm gonna want to nominate a Railgun to get cut too, just because I don't feel like I watched enough of it to say how good the cast is. Really, I've seen some of it, and I mean I generally know how the characters work. Obviously, this is the third season, but yeah, I can't say enough from this season, so I think it can get cut.
Good with me.
I don't think anybody's gonna argue that. So,
Didn't watch it.
yep.
Yeah. Can
I
we get
think
the Misfit of Demon King Academy? Also, can we get rid of that show, please?
Margaret, I feel like you picked the weirdest shows here, man.
You
Like, we
think-
got
Yeah,
plenty
but
of
I
stuff
mean,
to
I
get
feel
cut
like that
before
show can get cut.
I can
Yeah,
agree with
yeah.
that. Yeah, there's too
you're
many
right.
nobodies in the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I mean, like
this
the
an
main
option choice?
3 or 4 people are like fine.
Yeah, they're
You call that a
fine.
cast?
Yeah. See.
What,
let's
4
have
people
it-
can't be a cast? I'll just wait till we
No,
get to
but I mean everyone
RE0.
else is still part of the cast, but they're just
Like
lower
2D
roles and
Yeah,
very
yeah.
2D. And,
They don't really develop them enough
Yep, exactly.
or at all.
Sure, we can let Misfit go. Can we let Isekai Quartet go? Why is that?
Oh
there?
shoot! I didn't even see that on there. Yeah,
Yeah,
get
that's
it
the
out
one
of
that
here.
I was wondering why it's
Get it
still
out of here.
here.
I didn't even see
No,
it.
okay, no, okay, but check this out. Check this out. check this
Isekai
out,
Quartet
though.
has the most interesting cast. Maybe.
Yeah, but I
You have
mean,
all the
then again, it's a
isekais
cast
in
from
one
other
place.
shows, though.
Yeah.
How do you take that into
Yeah, dude.
account? It's literally
means
characters from other
yeah.
shows.
Okay, no, but hear me out, right? First of all, having all the cast for all the show just means that the cast is extraordinary. And 2, the way that the isekai characters like bounce off each other is the reason that makes the show so good and funny, despite it being a very comedic like short. So that's why I put it on
He
there.
is fighting for this.
Yeah,
I'm just defending the show. You can get rid of it, but I'm just saying.
I think having characters from other shows is almost like a cheat because you don't have to do anything.
I wouldn't say it's a cheat,
No,
even
because-
considering the show on its own.
No, because, I mean, because you don't
Yeah.
even really have to do anything to like get
Build on the characters.
Yeah, like to get people interested in your characters because you're literally just like
Isekai
you're like
Quartet is more just like the interactions between these
Well,
characters.
Yeah, like,
okay, no,
the interactions are really,
I
really
understand that, but I mean, like, just in terms of like the cast, because like all the other shows, all these other shows on this list, or like even the shows where the characters from Isekai Quartet come from, they had to like initially introduce this character and then like put them through situations and stuff to build you to get to care about them, and then Isekai Quartet just takes all of that like pathos and just is like we don't got to do any of that. Now you can just throw them into situations and make people laugh because they're funny.
Okay,
because like
but okay,
if it was just
I mean-
like if they had to build the cast, it just would be tougher. I feel like that's just like a shortcut. Like basically, it just takes a shortcut.
I
Because
agree
like
with
in
you.
some situations, it like I'm sure it's funny. Like it might be funny on its own, but it's funny because of the characters that are interacting with each other. That's why it's funny, because those two characters. Because you're like, oh, I know this guy from this and this guy from this, and then they interact like that. Oh, that's funny. But you know, I feel like they just take a shortcut.
I mean, you're highly underselling what they're doing, but you're right. My whole thing is,
Right.
right.
It sounds
is
like
that-
we're all okay with it getting cut, though.
well, yeah,
Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
anybody's
yeah.
arguing.
I'm just
to
arguing
say.
for the sake of arguing. Yeah, just get rid of it.
Well,
Yeah, there's no point to do
Keep
that.
it-
Let's not
yeah,
do
keep-
that.
Kinda what I
yeah,
was
get rid of it before I keep talking about it.
All right.
Let's see.
How about we talk about Higurashi for a second?
See, that's the thing. Right?
Sure.
Get rid of it.
I would have cut Higurashi.
I really like
Yeah.
Higurashi, the OG show, but I haven't watched this one yet, so I can't really put my.
Okay, well,
opinion on
I
it.
have seen this one.
I don't
It's the
know.
same
I don't
cast,
know.
though.
I don't know if I could put Higurashi in a best cast, because the cast is like, I don't know. Like if you had like a
It's a
category
good-
for craziest cast, maybe, but for best cast, I don't know, because it's like
They're
I
homies,
don't.
though.
I don't
They're homies.
specifically. I don't know. I feel like I don't specifically like almost like really a lot of the characters a lot of the times, like because all this crazy stuff is happening. You're just like, what the heck?
I like
Why?
Shion. That's about it. Mion's okay too.
So, and also with this, we only have the first half of this season too. So like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, yeah, already at this point, I don't know what they're gonna do. It's so much different from the first one, especially this last arc that they just had. It's so different from the first season. I don't know what's
That's
gonna.
what I heard.
I don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't really start to like the characters into the second season of the OG anyway. So yeah, I think that can. I think that can go.
Okay.
Besides Akasaka. Akasaka is the real OG, even though he hasn't showed up in that in
Yeah,
this
but I
one
don't
yet.
think I know who that is.
he's the real MVP of that show, just so everybody knows.
No, he's not in the show yet. So.
Okay.
Is
This is
it
tough.
time to let Tower of God go?
Nah. Listen.
Been
listen.
It's
more
been here
than
for a
enough
while.
time.
Okay, no,
Yeah, I
Omar,
think it's time.
Omar, listen. Okay, check this out, right? We're talking about best
this out, check
cast,
this out.
right? Okay, we're talking about best cast, and Omar, you know, since you read the webtoon, and
We
the
don't
characters-
talk
not-
about the
not-
webtoon.
listen,
We don't talk
listen.
about it.
No, but in terms of characters, it's not like the characters change because they're in the anime in comparison to the webtoon.
Yeah, but
Let's
we don't
be
talk about the
honest.
Why did you
webtoon,
bring
so
up
don't
the
even bring it
The
up.
anime doesn't
No,
do a
but,
good
like-
job portraying what you're referencing, basically.
So,
Knocker, and
my
I'm
whole point-
taking an anime only approach.
Yeah,
I mean-
anime only.
See, I really like the cast. I like the cast a lot. Like, I like Bam. I like Kun. I like.
I don't
I
like the cast. I don't like Bob or
I don't particularly like it.
I like
I mean-
Rack. I like
Rack is okay just because he's like a meathead. You can't really mess up a meathead, but
No, you can definitely mess up a meathead, but whatever.
Just look at Baki.
Pause.
Okay, no, we are not slandering Baki. Baki's staying on this list. I will fight for Baki till the end of the day. Like, I will fight.
are we
Baki.
You know what?
Tower
How about we
God?
do
Yeah,
a
Tower God is
package
fine.
deal here? Bucky and Tower.
We'll just
God.
get rid of Tower God
we're
for
definitely
now.
not getting
That
rid of
sounds
it.
like a good deal to
I
me.
will fight Baki so
I
hard.
think you're gonna lose that fight probably.
all right, we'll
but-
get to
nah.
Bucky later.
Fight.
Tower
Nah.
God.
Oh, nah.
I don't think you're gonna win.
Can we get
dude.
rid of My Hero Academia? I feel like we haven't talked about it, and I feel like in this season it hasn't done that much of a good job. So there you go.
He defers to the.
Well, I mean, I
kinda like-
agree that it probably.
I like the
should
stuff
go.
they did with Jiro, but like that's kind of it.
See,
I
mean,
particularly
yeah,
like- I like what they
I-
did with Endeavor and like, you know, elaborate on that.
Endeavor was the second half, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh.
but that was an Endeavor moment. That's like a best moment type B. It's not a best.
They
cast
were
type B.
slowly building up to it, but yeah, I guess you could
See,
say
yeah, that's the
that.
thing. Like, you kind of made this point. You made this point earlier, Nokrin, but I feel like it was at least valid in that like some of the characters are just kind of thin. Like they don't.
Yeah, a lot of them are like, especially like when it comes to Class 1A, like a lot.
Yeah,
of them
like-
have-
Yeah.
because they just don't. I mean, obviously, you don't want to necessarily penalize it for having like characters
many
that are on the
characters.
side that don't get development because they don't need to get development. But like, I don't know. I feel like there's just a lot of there's a lot of that though with that show.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like the villain they introduced this arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
I know, Gentle Criminal, Stephen.
I did like Gentle Criminal.
No, see, my whole thing with My Hero
and
Academia.
also Night Eye. Night Eye was this arc also.
See, the thing with My Hero is that like it'll focus on one character, but then forget like all the other cast and streamline one character. So
I feel like
then-
they even forgot about Midoriya for a little bit. That was
Yeah,
last
that's-
year.
yeah.
but they-
What about
Yeah.
Ochako? Did she get? Did she?
Oh, I don't think she had a
they
single.
they just completely forgot about her.
I think today's her birthday, by the way. December
Oh, wow.
27th. Happy
Nice,
birthday,
nice.
Ochako. But we're gonna.
Why
cut
did
her
you know
show.
that?
We're gonna.
Never mind.
Yeah, I don't
don't
know,
worry about
Man,
it.
I get the weirdest notifications on my phone. But I think we're all agreeing that My Hero will probably go. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we get a interspecies review?
I was looking at interspecies reviewers. I was like, interesting.
I like the cast of interspecies.
The
reviewers
cast is
quite a
pretty.
bit.
They're
pretty
they're
funny.
They're a
That funny.
fun-loving cast.
No,
I love how they all have different tastes and how that kind of comes out in their reviews at the end of each
that's
episode.
True. Yeah, that's true.
And I kind of like seeing them bounce off of each other too. But yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess we could let it go.
Well, I mean, basically, you just gotta be like, is this gonna make your top 3? Probably not. So you can get it.
We can probably also let Akudama Drive go.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to mention
So-
that.
Yeah, you would have to be
Akudama's
the one
weird.
to talk on that.
Yeah,
one.
Akudama's weird because like it introduces a bunch of characters at the beginning, right? And they're like pretty like paper thin, and they kind of stay. Well, most of them stay like that throughout until they're no longer in the show for one reason or another. But they got a lot of development on like maybe like 4 characters by the end. And I'm going to talk about that ending later on because that show is a ride, I will tell you. But I don't think best cast is where Akudama belongs.
All right.
Yeah, it's not
Right.
where it belongs, so we can cut it. I had to think about it.
But before we continue, Stefan, I'm surprised you didn't put the Great Pretenders on this list, but I guess.
Oh, hold up. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, let me think about it for a
We
second.
started our recording, Stefan.
Yeah, I just literally thought about it when you were talking.
Why did you say that?
Oh, wait a minute.
Why did you say that? I don't know
It just
why
popped in
you
my
said
head.
that.
I just felt like it was.
Ooh,
Why did you say
there are some
that?
good characters in there.
But
There are
it
some
just
good
popped up in my head. I was like, didn't.
It doesn't. You don't
You
have to
watched
say
it?
everything that pops into your head, dude.
Knocker, that's a good catch.
I
That
literally
one-
was thinking at the beginning when you were reading the list, you're like, "Huh, you didn't put Great Pretender on here." Well, I'm not gonna say anything about it. So since we already started without it
Great
being on the
Pretenders.
list,
Oh wow, Great Pretenders
You
actually does
always
a
just
lot
wanna
of
make this
development
more
with all of
difficult
its
for
characters.
us.
Like it's actually very impressive what they do in those
you
those
always just
26
wanna make
episodes
things
for
more
all of the
difficult.
characters.
I'm sorry,
including
Tim, I
giving them.
had to.
They give them
No,
very
Tim, he has to
well
pay
fleshed
for
out
that now.
backstories.
Tim, he
so
has to
when
pay for that.
Baki gets cut for it, then you know,
Oh
that's
no,
your
Bucky's
own
not
fault.
getting cut.
Baki, no,
not
Baki
getting
can get
cut.
caught right now.
Yeah, let's
No,
kill
he
Baki.
isn't. No,
Let's get rid of
right
Baki.
now.
Knocker, tell
getting
us why
caught right
Baki
now.
belongs on this list.
Okay, Stefan, why are you against my side?
I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you why it belongs.
Let me sit up straight real quick. Okay, so the thing with Baki is that legitimately every single character are just such a joy to look at, and every single
A
character
joy, a joy.
they're fun. Like okay,
I throw up in my mouth every time I look at that show.
Okay, just even if you hate how the show looks like, right? Every single character gets a shine in this show this season, and also there are so many cool moments where even though they don't hate each other, they dislike each other, they still respect each other's artists as martial artists. Also, they're low-key all boys. Like this like this scene. Okay, no, this is scene
Hey, that's some
where like
incel
Muhammad Ali Jr. Okay comes in and he wants to steal the main character's girl, and like everybody's all like, "Nah, you can't do that. That's the MC's girl." And then she comes up and he starts shit with everybody in the crew, and all just back up and just defends the main character. And every fight, Muhammad Ali gets more broken and more broken and more broken. Like, come on, no. You all don't understand the amount of like.
I don't know if you're giving a good best.
Now,
cast.
Yeah.
no.
That's
Listen,
like your
listen.
favorite scene is what I'm hearing.
No, listen. But each a character like offers something unique.
Knocker,
Like, you have
name me a
Jack-
character other than Baki and Muhammad Ali Jr.
Oh, Jack Hanma, Olivia. You've got Retsu. You've got Hayama.
Okay,
Yama?
well,
Like,
tell me a little bit about them. I don't want to just.
Okay.
Yeah, because these
so
names mean
okay.
nothing.
Okay, sure. Olivia is like the big muscular American person where his whole aspect is that he wants to go against martial arts, and he just focuses on building muscle and proving to the world that no matter you can be really as good as he can be without martial arts if you just train really hard. You have Jack Hanma, who is Baki's step brother, who basically wants to go against his father, but because he wasn't strong enough, he takes a bunch of pills to compensate for that, right? You have Retsu, who is like a martial artist, okay, from China, and he wants to be the best. I think he does karate. Not karate.
No, it wouldn't be karate if he's from China.
But yeah,
It
so
would
he
be
tries to
kung
do
fu.
all of, yeah, that's why. Yeah, listen, maybe. So like, I can literally name like the most of the cast's name, and I can tell you each of the individual goals, their motives, how much they impacted the story, and how much they helped the main character grow as an individual. Yo, I will back up Baki here with my heart. We're not getting rid of Baki. I can defend Baki more than half of these shows on this list right now. I can fight against him easily.
So what I'm hearing, what I'm hearing is
no.
And what I'm hearing is the 3v1 situation.
I feel like it's time for it to go.
I'm not here giving out actual opinions
Stefan,
actual.
What do you want from me?
Is it making top 3?
It's making top. It's my top 3.
It is.
It's not.
Is
It's
it
not
making
making
the
top 3,
general
dog.
top 3?
First of all, the
No,
fact that
it's
listen,
Bro, you
Hayden
can't.
wasn't-
You're not.
I honestly, I think he will realize the mistake of his error if we let it hang around for a bit longer. I think we can let that.
No.
I feel like it's time to get rid of it right now.
No.
Mistake with Ahiro no Sora. I am not doing this again.
Yeah, I feel like
we're
it's-
cutting
no,
it when it needs to be cut.
No,
Yes.
my whole thing is every single thing you can ask about the best cast, I can give you a response. You ask me about the characters' names, I gave it to them.
Oh, what? You know the names of the characters in the show you watched? Oh my!
No,
Who
don't
would
twist
have
my
ever
words into
imagined?
something that it isn't. No, my whole thing is you can give me any reason to why it should be best cast, and I can give you a reason to why it should be on there and legitimate reasons for them being in that
Alright,
list.
that's cool.
I will-
That is
no,
really
no.
cool. I think
Yo,
it should be cut.
No, you haven't even seen the show.
Yeah, so
talking-
that hasn't stopped us before from cutting
Why,
stuff.
why don't we
No,
come
no.
back and bully Nakaran later? Why don't we come back and bully
I will
Nakaran?
keep this.
It's
like,
not making
No,
top 3.
I think we should get
just
rid
wanna
of it
make
now.
that-
No,
I honestly
no,
think we
no.
should get rid of it now.
We are
I think
not
Stefan
getting-
wants to be
I don't-
nice.
yeah,
Stefan wants to
I
be
agree,
nice.
but
He
I
knows it's
don't-
gonna get cut, but
He
he
has
wants
too
to
much
be nice.
passion. I don't feel like
No.
arguing with him right now.
No,
We don't
let's
gotta
talk
argue
about
with them.
Attack
You
on
just need to
Titan.
get rid of it.
no, we're not.
We
getting
can come back to it right after we get rid of Attack on Titan.
Oh no, I will fight for this all day.
All
All right, Attack on
it's
Titan.
cool.
Let's talk about it. There's
I-
only 4 episodes out in the year.
Not enough.
Some really good new characters, or really interesting new characters. I don't know if I would say good yet. I kind of want to see how they develop. But as far as best cast, like the fact that everyone's new and we just kind of are just getting introduced to them, I think Attack on Titan can go for now.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yes.
the old cast hasn't showed back up, right?
Yeah, we haven't seen any of the
Yeah.
old casts.
Okay. That's.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe one. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, technically 2, but sure.
Oh
Go
yeah, I guess
Rhino.
you're right. No, well, wouldn't it
Technically
be,
3.
Wouldn't it be 3? Yeah,
Yeah.
technically 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know these guys. Y'all need to stop.
Well, I mean, from
What
season
is it?
from season 3,
I
like
don't know.
like
Zeke,
Rainer
Reiner.
and Zeke.
Zeke?
okay.
Yeah, they both have been in it
I
already.
wasn't counting
They were in the
that.
first
Yeah,
episode.
Yeah, no, my,
Alright,
my
let's-
whole, yeah, keep going. Fire Force.
Nah, I think
No,
it's
let's go
a
back to
fight
Baki
you.
now. Let's get rid
No,
of
No,
Baki.
this
no,
man's over here
no,
gritting on
no.
me.
Let's get back to
No,
Look at he's
Baki.
gritting over
No,
here.
we're
How about
keeping
ReZero?
Baki.
How about
No,
ReZero?
how about Baki?
No. How about Baki?
No, we're not fighting for Baki. No, you guys.
We
are
don't
fighting
need
for
to
Baki
fight.
all
We just need to get rid of it.
No, Baki is staying on this.
I can't. It can't.
Okay,
It can't stay
Baki-
on the list based
Baki-
solely on your own back. There's no way.
No,
You
no,
cannot.
no,
You
no,
do
no,
not
likes
carry
it.
that kind of
I
weight.
have-
Yes.
No,
You don't
my
have
whole-
that
We
strength.
all
No.
carry the same.
You
No,
don't
my-
have the
no.
strength.
My whole thing is if I watch a show by myself and I think that it's like whatever, I don't think it deserves it, I'll watch the show, but like honestly I don't think it's worth
Let's
being
leave
on
it for
here.
now, guys. I want to cut
No.
some of this other stuff.
No.
Let's leave it for now. Let's talk about ReZero.
No.
I think Baki should go before
No,
anything else on this
Baki
list.
will
It's not. It's
stay.
not ordered anyways. It's not ordered anyways.
Baki
It
will
doesn't matter.
stay here. I'll promise you.
You're breaking a promise.
We can make
Stop
one more
making
cut
it.
and then Baki's going.
We
can make one more cut and then
I can
Baki's
make one
going.
more cut.
No,
How about Great
no.
Pretenders?
I honestly, okay, this is what I think. I don't even think Nakaran thinks it's top 3. I think once
No,
we
I
have
actually-
4 shows and Baki's one of them, he'll
We're
be
not
like,
gonna.
It's not
It's not
making
gonna
top
get to that
4.
point.
It is
It's
not
not
gonna
gonna get to that
top 4
point.
doesn't matter.
It is
Top
not
4 doesn't
making-
mean anything.
It's not gonna
Okay,
make it to that point.
It
Could
is not.
we look at ReZero real quick?
No, here's the thing. But has
What-
a really good cast.
What's the cast?
You know,
What's
you
the
got-
cast?
You've got Subaru, which is a really great
All right,
character.
that's one guy.
You have Beatrice, who has a whole thing.
Okay.
You have
She had like an
Echidna.
episode.
No, it was more than it. Whatever.
It was
sure.
more than an episode.
Two
You have
episodes.
whatchamacallit. You have
I like the new I like the
Roswell.
new beast
Okay,
girl
so
maid. I
so
forget
yeah,
her
so
name.
you do have
Frederica.
yes, her. Oh yeah, her. I mean, I guess she's in it. I mean, they actually decide to develop Ram at all because like she showed up in like first season, but they didn't do anything with her really. It was just like all Rem. So Ram actually gets to do something. Oh shoot, I forget Frederica's brother. What's his name? Ah, crap, I forgot.
He has a weird name. I don't know.
I should have.
I know
it.
it.
Keep talking about him.
know
I'll
it.
find his name.
Yes,
I
but
know.
he as a character, I mean, like I like what they did with him too.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yes, Roswell as well.
Garfield.
We actually
Like,
get
bringing out his
Garfield.
motives.
Garfield. There you go.
Oh, Garfield.
Otto.
Yeah.
Otto has
Yeah.
Otto
Okay.
gets to do something too. I didn't think
Okay.
he was going to be
Yeah.
any sort of character at all after the first
Yeah.
season, and then
Yeah,
like,
you're
oh
right.
yeah,
They
Otto's
did a
just
lot of
dude.
developing.
I
Yeah.
mean,
this
and
season.
then you get into like the actual witch characters. Like Echidna is the one that gets the most.
I mean,
the most
I think at
development.
this point, all of these shows have pretty interesting casts, though.
yeah. I think this
Like
ReZero
really
has
good
a
casts, honestly.
Yeah, ReZero has a
Oh, yeah, at
smaller
this point.
cast, but every single character I feel like can be very well defined, and they're unique enough, and I feel like they all carry the show very well.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
let's talk
agree.
about Kaguya then. Let's talk
No,
about
Baki too. Bro. No, Baki too, bro.
What?
I think
Who
every
said
Wait, no one,
Baki?
no one
You
said
said-
Baki.
you said
Nobody
Kaguya.
said-
You
Oh, I thought
literally
you said
Kaguya.
Baki. I thought you said Baki.
Nobody
I
said
thought you said
Baki.
Baki.
I
dog.
said Kaguya.
He's on defense
Oh,
mode,
Kaguya.
Stefan. He's
Yeah,
on
no.
defense
Yeah,
mode.
he-
He
just
is
called-
I am
he
on
is
defensive
clearly
mode.
in defense.
I'm
mode.
very indefensive. I heard Baki, but whatever. Keep going.
He said
All right, so
Kaguya.
how about the Kaguya cast? They introduced some new characters that were pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, what's his name's not Ishigami's not new, but they did a lot of developing with him. I mean, they kind of got into the maid a little bit more.
Yeah, Hayasaka
Yeah.
got her moments a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't.
There was
I do
Ino
really
and
like,
her friend too. The glass.
Yeah,
the
I
girl with
really
the
like
glasses.
seeing this cast like interact with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's gonna be top 3 for me at least.
Honorable
Mm,
mention,
anyone else?
but I can kind of agree with that. I mean, I do feel like. I
I
rank
wouldn't. I
ReZero.
probably-
I would rank ReZero above Kaguya-sama.
Me too.
There's a couple other ones, but I definitely. Do
I
like
think-
how
I think,
their
uh,
cast is done.
I mean, at least for this season, I probably would.
Now, would I put it above Baki? Yes, but
No,
I know we got this
no,
one
no,
over here.
All right, we're getting
Hold
rid of
on.
Baki now.
No, we're
We're
not
getting rid
getting
of
rid
Baki.
of
I said we
Baki.
get rid of one more, and then Baki's gone.
All right, let me read the list as it currently stands for people out there.
Okay.
We have Ahiru no Sora, Baki, The Great Ratai Tournament Saga, Fire Force Season 2, Great Pretenders, which was added to the list, Haikyuu to the Top, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu Climax, and ReZero Starting Life in Another World Season 2.
Okay,
All
hold
right,
on.
bye Baki. Get rid of it.
No,
Get rid of
Baki
Baki.
is a
Get Baki outta here.
staying.
Get Baki out of here.
is staying.
All right,
Totally
would
in
anybody
agreement.
else have Baki above anything else on this list?
I would.
Stefan,
have Baki.
I know
haven't seen
Omar
it.
already
I
said
haven't
no.
seen it.
It
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
even
It doesn't matter if
seen
you
it.
haven't seen
You
it.
haven't seen
I don't. It does
And
matter.
no, it doesn't matter.
I
You're
can't
vouching for it because
discredit.
you haven't seen it.
No, and like
No,
anything
no,
else
I,
that we
I,
can't
can't,
seen
I can't
clips of it.
discredit anything Nahun is saying because I
Well,
haven't
no,
seen the
yes,
show.
but we
Maybe if I
haven't
saw
seen
it,
it.
I would agree with
Yes,
him.
but
I
you
don't know.
haven't though. Like in all the other categories we've done so far, in stuff that we haven't seen, we've given it its proper due and said something about it. It was like
But
we don't know
sometimes
enough about it, so we
rank
just got to
it.
get rid
No,
of it.
sometimes we rank it.
Well, yeah, in a situation where you can, but like in
Wait,
this
that with
situation,
Tim-
you just get rid of it.
Nah, Tim. In that same logic, then we have to get rid of Snafu, Ahiru no Sora.
No,
we have to get
because
rid of Great
because
Pretenders.
we've had at
No,
least half
only
of
one person has seen this. This is not the
yes,
same.
at least half of us have seen those other shows.
This is the only show.
This is the only show that. Well, I mean, actually, wait. Great Pretender.
Yeah, it is.
Stefan's the
No,
only
I
one that's
saw some
finished
of
it.
it.
I've seen like most of like half of it. So
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen
So
it.
yeah, Baki's literally the only show on here that only one person has seen. It's
I've seen
literally the
clips
only
and it
one.
has not drawn me to it. So
The clips don't do it justice.
Yeah.
So we can get to it later.
Oh my goodness! I hate
Baki
you.
needs to go.
Yo,
Get rid of
the
Baki.
biggest hater I've ever seen in my
rid of it.
life. The biggest hater.
Get
I'm
rid of
coming
it.
in.
Knocker,
Give
Knocker,
Give
I
us
think
one
you-
last
you're- I
hurrah.
think you have to be the one to delete it, Knocker.
Give us
I'm gonna
one
give
last
you
hurrah.
that.
I'm not deleting.
I'll
I'm
do
not
it.
touching
You
my
can shoot me.
keyboard.
give us
I'll do it.
one
I'm not touching
last
my
hurrah.
Bye.
No. Y'all are just hating on it because you haven't seen it. dog.
Yeah, so I mean that happens. Stuff gets
I feel
hate
like I
because you
crushed
haven't seen
Nocrin's
it.
heart.
That feels a
hold on.
little harsh, but
Who
No,
cares?
Oh, you don't care?
I don't care.
Okay, snafu. Let's go. We're going for the snafu.
See, I don't think it works the same way though.
Nah, the thing is, the thing is, right? Me and Omar haven't seen the show.
Yes, but me and Stefan have. I
I've
don't know
seen
if
the first
if
season.
Stefan doesn't want to fight for it, then
I mean,
that's a different
honestly,
story.
Snafu has a really good cast. And
I've seen this.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to
There's
fight
a
for
lot
it,
of,
that's a different
like,
story.
2D
If he
I
does
don't-
want
I
to
don't
fight
think
for it, then
Oh,
it's
man,
thing.
you want here try to play the bigger man right here, man?
Well, because I am the bigger man. That's why.
No, you're so wrong.
I think
Everybody
we can
has to
let
go through
Snap-
getting their stuff removed. I've been through it too. You know.
I think Snafu will get its place elsewhere.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
Like Snafu can go for
Yeah,
this.
I also do. I agree with that.
I am fuming right now. I'm not sure.
That's too bad.
We let you cut Snafu, Knockman.
Yeah,
No,
we're
I
doing-
don't
isn't
care
this a
about
win for
leading
you?
them.
Also, I will
Myself,
say with
dog.
Snafu, it's like with the last season especially, it's way more focused on just like the main characters.
The three,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
the three
they don't really
boys.
do a lot of anything with any of the outside characters. Like in other seasons, like the first season and even the
Madison
second
just gets her
season,
moment.
they flesh out the cast a little bit more. But this one, they're like, we're gonna get down to business. We have to resolve this relationship. So yeah, for this season specifically, that's fine.
Okay.
There, you're happy. It's gone.
let's-
You're happy now, right,
let's-
Nokrin? That is
No,
gone.
no, I'm still very upset. My anger has not
Dang,
diminished.
sucks to suck.
Hold on.
Now,
remember
Knockman, let me know,
when we
how do you-
cut Fake Grand Order for best looking? I still haven't let go of that.
Good.
I don't even. It wasn't even specifically you, but I had to do it to somebody.
You know,
Let's talk about Jujutsu Kaisen.
No,
Let's talk about
Sure.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
okay, so I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen is. I think the show itself looks really good, and I kind of like the characters. They haven't given me that oomph. You know what I mean? The like, oh, this is like Haikyuu or like Re:Zero.
Like
Yeah,
none
I-
of them
I can agree
have
with that.
any real backstory except for the blonde guy whose
Yeah.
backstory I really like. but-
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the only moment in this show. Like in the, I think it's the last episode before the hiatus. That was the only moment when he gets into the Mojito's like domain. That was the only time where I was like, oh man, I don't remember what happens to this guy, but I hope nothing happens to him. That was literally the only moment. Every other time, I'm just like, okay, yeah, these characters are cool and stuff's happening. Like, but you know.
Yeah.
I don't really care
Yeah,
necessarily.
I mean, there's
that much about
okay.
rest
So
of
the
characters.
girl, I forget the girl's name completely. but the
Nobara?
girl also has
Kugisaki?
Nobara also gets a little bit of backstory.
Oh
and I
yeah,
guess-
you're right. She
A
does. But
little
that's
bit.
like in the third episode. I forgot about that. It's so early
Yeah.
on.
Itadori. I mean, I guess Itadori
but-
is
and
just.
I like
Itadori.
Itadori.
But the
is a
thing
really cool
about that is like with
Yeah, I like Itadori.
kind of with Nobara and Megumi, like both of them are kind of like just on the side right now because since it's just focusing on Itadori and like since he can't reveal to them that he's alive right now, it's just like been him and like some of the teachers like Gojo and the
Gojo's dope.
the glasses
Don't get me wrong,
guy
Gojo-
and
Gojo
then
is
the
dope.
blonde dude whose names I forget both of their names, but
Nanami.
Nanami, yes,
Glasses
Nanami. But it's just been like him and them, and then I guess like they have Junpei for a little bit, but Junpei's only around for not that long. But like, yeah, I don't know. They just kind of dropped some of the characters that are supposed to be main characters, and you're like, oh, I mean, I would have liked to see a little bit more of what's going on with
I
them.
think this
It's
show
not
could,
there yet.
could easily get there with their cast.
No, yeah, and
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I think it
It's
will.
there yet,
Like
though. Yeah.
I mean, you got a tournament arc coming up, so who knows about that? Like, how you gonna feel about characters within a tournament arc? But yeah, I mean, they're good, more development, but
So is everyone okay with letting this one go then?
Yeah.
I am.
Yep. Okay, Stefan, we gotta talk about Hirunosaur and Fire Force. Listen, like
Alright.
we had two.
Let's get
Fire
into
Force
it.
specifically, because I will back up Hirunosaur.
Fire
I will
Force,
not back
Fire
up Fire
Force.
Force.
Every character in Fire Force has their moment, right? Everyone has this,
That's
this
a lie.
single. No, that's not. I mean, all of even characters who aren't main cast have like this one special moment where they do something, and it's just always so beautifully animated. It always gets the perfect amount of build up. They got the right flashbacks right before it happens. They make you care about characters who you didn't even care about in a
I
single
wouldn't agree that
moment.
comment I would
Yeah,
agree with.
What do you mean?
So
I've seen- like
I've
Juggernaut?
seen
I'm talking-
plenty of people die, and I don't care.
Yeah. Well, okay, not every single character, obviously.
You just
but,
said
like,
that, so
Okay, I'm sorry. The characters they want you to care about. Like, obviously, there's some that are just put in there to die an episode later. I mean, I'm not talking about them, obviously. the big boys.
So here's like, what do you like think is more important in like a best cast? Like those high moments where each person gets the development, or just like consistently doing well with all the characters throughout? Like what weighs more for you?
I think they both have their merits to them, honestly. I just
they both definitely do, but like
this show just does such a good job. Like when it wants to get hype, and it wants this character to get you hype, and they get there with it.
Okay, here's my thing. Okay, so I
Like
think
Benimaru had his moment, Joker had his moment, Juggernaut had his moment,
Benimaru didn't
Shinra had
really-
his moment,
Benimaru
Arthur
didn't
had his
have his
moment. Like
moment.
Maki had her moment.
I feel like
there's
it's
just so
mostly
many
animation
characters.
there that does carry it
Yeah.
quite a
Yeah,
bit.
the animation's carrying, but it makes you care about these characters. Like afterwards, I'm interested.
I wouldn't
in
say that.
seeing.
No,
but-
the thing with
Yeah.
Fire Force, in my opinion, is that for one, the characters are cool, but none of them really. There's not, apart from like Arthur, there's not many characters in the show that makes me really, really, really attached to them. And you're talking about moments. Yeah, sure. There's like one moment.
I'm
but
attached
after
to Maki
that one
and
moment,
Benimaru
hey.
and Joker.
okay, Seven, slow your roll. I know you're not that attached to them compared
And
to the
Iris.
characters in this show.
Yeah, I didn't know you were this much of a fan.
Yeah, nah.
I
You
really
said-
like this season. I think
Like-
this season did a lot of things right. I guess I could get it not being.
like
I guess
it's
I could
not-
get it not being best cast.
Like they're
I mean,
cool moments, and like they're cool in synergy. But like if you really think about it, like in terms of like they have that one moment, and then they're like almost like it's like the same thing with My Hero and like Clover, where they'll have a moment and then
Yeah.
they
I
kind
can
of
agree
like
with that.
chill around, and then they won't really do much afterwards.
I
do
mean,
they?
but really, they don't. Those shows don't have the moments with like as many characters. Like if in My Hero, it's always gonna be Midoriya kicking some shit, or maybe sometimes he'll kick, or maybe it'll be like Bakugo occasionally, or
I mean,
Todoroki.
my hero
occasionally.
isn't on this list right now, so
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be fighting.
you're
against
comparing
My
her against a
Hero.
loser.
Dang.
I mean, yeah, honestly, I guess I could see Fire Force going. That doesn't make me. The
I
most
think it's more
upset.
just like it's the moments and then the visual
Yeah,
aspect.
I mean,
and all
we
that,
have a
but I'm
moment
not really
category.
seeing like the actual like plot in a sense where like you can kind of see where it's going, or you maybe can go more empathetic because it elaborates. on certain
honestly,
things.
I just like a lot of these characters. Like I like Assault. Like Assault, I love
Oh
Assault.
my! You should have just left that part out. Rather than validating your opinion.
Assault
Also,
is great.
somebody's gonna take that out of context.
Assault. Okay, the guy's name is Assault.
Well, no, I
mean,
know,
don't
but you know, somebody's
Yes.
gonna clip that and be like, "Oh, he said he
No.
likes assault."
He likes
whatever.
Assault.
I like Assault. I like
Yeah,
Assault
that's a good idea.
with my fists. All right, we can cut.
I like us. I didn't even think
So
about
now
that.
we have our top 4, so we have to cut one more. I'm gonna read it off real quick. We have A Hero no Sora, Great Pretenders, Haikyuu, and RE0 Starting Life in Another World Season 2. I think I'm gonna have to put up a pretty good argument for Great Pretenders here. Is what
Yes,
it's
I think
feeling like.
I like me just looking at this list, and hearing y'all guys talk. I think it's gonna be coming down to what Great Pretenders and ReZero and which one gets cut.
Yeah, that's what I was feeling
Oh,
also,
it's-
which is
it's,
why I'm ready to fight here.
It's great. It's Great Pretenders, by the way. It
It's
was
not
fun.
Great
It was fun bringing two Great Pretenders into this list.
It's not. It's, not,
at the
it's,
end-
it's,
at the
it's, not,
end
it's
of the
honestly
day-
not Great Pretenders, and I will explain
At the
why.
end of the day,
All right, I want to hear. I want to hear because I
All
don't
right,
know
let him
anything
go.
about
Let
this
him
show.
have his moment, and then we'll give him the facts.
And then we'll give him the Baki treatment.
Exactly.
No, anything but that. So Great Pretenders is all about this like spectacle, right? So they set up these super elaborate schemes to scam these guys out of their money, and it's basically a small cast of 4 characters. You got I'm not gonna say all their names because I don't remember all their names, but you got this small cast of characters that is basically going through and scamming everybody. And at first you think, oh, this is just what the show is going to be. It's just going to be their high convoluted plans. They kind of like work together a little bit, but that's not, super the focus. But then as you realize with each scheme, they basically focus on an individual character, and it's like giving them growth as the scheme is going on, and you get to hear about their backstories and why they ended up, getting into scamming in the first place. And it's generally, really tragic, and you see the growth afterwards. Like after they go through their scheme and they kind of have their moment or whatever. So I'm gonna give an example. So for who do I want to give an example of? So there's this one girl who we basically know nothing about her. This is like the last quarter of the season. She's one of the 4 main casts. and they end
Cynthia.
up trying to Cynthia. Yeah. How did you know that?
I looked it up. I looked it up.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And they end up trying to they're scamming this art guy, right? Because the main character accidentally sold him a really expensive painting way too cheap on behalf of another family. Whole different thing. But she's like really into the scheme, and you don't really know why, right? But then it turns out that this same art guy was the reason that her former fiance like basically went broke. Like he was her fiance was creating fake paintings and giving them to the art guy to sell them, but it was all kind of the art guy's scheme in the first place, and it kind of ended up having a strain on their relationship, and Cynthia and him kind of like got torn apart. But they need the fiance later in the scheme because they need to make fake art that'll fool him and whatever. But like and then there's always this moment at the very end where they're like pulling off the final bit of the scheme, and they're like trying to take like 10 million from him or whatever. But Cynthia's like, nah, fuck that, and she like keeps raising the bid. And you don't know if the art guy's gonna raise the bid with her, but he keeps raising the bid too. And you're like, whoa, Cynthia, calm down. You're gonna ruin this whole scheme if you keep pushing this. But like basically they end up taking him out of house and home, and like it's just like. And then she gets back with the fiance or whatever. You know, I'm oversimplifying it, but they just do so much with like those individual characters within those schemes that I think it belongs on this list.
See, this isn't best sub story, it's best cast, okay?
Well, then a hero sort of shouldn't be on this list then. I don't know what to tell you. Because that whole show is just a sob story.
Okay,
oh my, the L's. All right, go ahead.
Did I lie?
Go ahead, Knocker. Yep.
Like, if we're talking about ReZero and the cast, okay?
I don't think the cast is. I don't think the cast compares.
No,
if
the
I'm
cast
being
is amazing.
honest.
There's literally not a single character where if you remove the character in ReZero, the story makes sense. Every character is so integral to the plot. The main cast.
That's the same thing with Green Pretenders. That doesn't.
Nah,
mean
but you can.
anything.
No, the thing with Green Pretenders is that the whole point is that you're making a scam, right? You can always get another extra to play and.
Okay.
Do
I mean,
the
the
part of
scams
the
wouldn't be
person.
interesting if they were just scams. You know, there needs to be some reason
Yeah, some
for
juice,
them,
some
background.
drama. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
I feel like if you take away like Beatrice, or you take away Rem, or you take away Ram, or you take away any
Petra.
character, Petra. Even if you can't even take Petra. You can't take Petra away
Just
because
have someone else give
or
him the ribbon. It's that simple.
or Petra's one friend that ends up
Yeah.
being
Oh, yeah.
being like a
Witch.
evil person.
yeah, you cannot take a single character of this show and the show being ReZero. Like you can't.
Or
And
Subaru.
each character, yeah, or Subaru.
was the main
I'm kidding.
character.
Go ahead, Knocker.
Like each character is so integral to the plot and they're so well written that you just cannot like get rid of ReZero on this list. You just cannot do it. It doesn't make any sense.
I just
you may
don't
not
think.
you may
I
not
don't
like
think
him.
the cast. I just don't think the cast is as central always as like.
It
I
is
don't know.
essential. Like, the whole point is the cast. Like that's the whole point of the story is Subaru trying to make Amelia the queen.
But like,
of, like
when
the
do
thing.
you see Amelia? You never see Amelia. Like,
What do you mean? The
see-
whole point. The whole
You
point.
see-
What?
I mean,
I feel like she shows up more in this second season than she did in the first
yeah,
one.
yeah,
most
okay,
definitely.
yeah.
Most definitely.
The whole point was her to try to take the trial so they can leave this village. Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the whole
actually,
point of
Amelia
the-
gets some kind of development this season
Yeah,
too.
honestly,
They're like
yeah.
trying to
But
deal with
but
her
not
past
really because
trauma.
they just reset everything at the end of it, and it's like, oh well. I guess
No,
none
but
of
each
that.
reset builds upon the last one.
It,
That's
no, and it just builds upon Subaru. It doesn't. It doesn't.
No, it
affect
does- no.
anyone
Well, at
else.
the end of the day,
No.
I mean, what he knows is what's important. He's learning more.
also it builds upon himself. What's that wizard kid's name? The evil, the clown person. I forgot
Oh,
his name.
Roswell. You said that.
Roswell?
kid.
Roswell, yeah.
I used to call
My
him a kid.
bad, not kid. You know, like, Roswell knows, so he knows. Well, he doesn't like. I don't know how he knows and how much he
He has
knows. but
I don't
Subaru
think he
resets.
remembers the loops,
Remembers.
but he just knows that Subaru has been looping, basically.
Yeah, so like each reset is not completely useless, and each of them entails something different, and every single reset tells about a different part of the
Honestly,
character
this
and the
this
plot.
really just comes down to I don't like the cast of ReZero. as
Yes,
much as I
that's
like the
exactly what it comes
Oh,
down
there
to.
it comes out.
I
the
just-
truth.
I like the
There
cast
it
more.
comes out.
And now I also love the Hiro no Sora and Haikyuu cast, and I think Haikyuu probably wins this just because they
Yeah,
have
so
interesting
do I.
characters that
I'll-
are
I'll
in the
also-
main group.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. Also, yeah, I think the Haikyuu and ReZero should definitely be on this.
All right,
list.
so I
think
guess we're
between
getting rid
Hero
of
no Sora
Great
and
Pretender then.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
How does
this
it
is
feel
really
to be
overrated.
bakied?
You just got bakied.
Yo, listen, we're not calling it Baki.
Well,
But I mean, how much did you watch,
sucks.
Knocker? And do you think to have
saw
like a certain,
half of it.
So you think that's
Well, I
enough
watched
to
all
give
of-
a justified opinion on?
No, we only saw like 2 characters. He didn't even see the big guy, the guy at the end.
Okay,
Like,
I've watched
they really
there are
go
4
into-
scams.
No, but
I saw
that-
2
The
scams.
last
okay,
scam is
okay.
fucking insane.
Yeah, but that's why we're calling it him getting Baki'd, because none of us have really seen it, and we got rid of it anyway.
Yeah,
You should have
That's
just
why I
said
get
that
fucking
I've watched
fucking
most of
insane
the
what they do to
show.
that last guy. I'm just gonna let you know it's insane.
Alright, I'll watch it when I get there. I'll watch it when I get there.
Y'all are making a mistake.
Alright, okay.
I
Now we're
don't-
fighting between RE0 and Haikyuu.
I don't care enough.
No,
It's
RE0. Put
It's
Haikyuu
Haikyuu,
on number
it's
1.
Haikyuu. I honestly thought I'd have to fight more, but I love the fact that we are all in
We
agreement.
didn't even
'cause
talk.
they do such
We
a
didn't
good
even
job.
talk about Haikyuu or Hero.
No, because Haikyuu's
Oh,
good.
we
Like-
do need to talk about it.
No,
we don't
okay,
need to.
Omar.
I-
No,
we
yes,
don't
we
need
do.
to.
Okay.
What? Do we not?
Hero no
I'm
Sora.
okay with it winning. I'm not even fighting
Yeah, we
against
do need
it.
to- we
Just
do
let
need
it
to-
win.
No,
Yeah, we do need to mention
Omar, you need your spotlight. Come on.
Oh, I do
say
not
it.
really need to stop.
Omar, there you go. This is your time. Tell us,
No, I'm
tell us
gonna
why
talk
Haikyuu is so good.
briefly, and then I want you guys to elaborate because I do think that you
Whatever.
guys.
I'm not
just
saying
remember
nothing.
more
I'm gonna
the
sit
finer
here
details.
quietly.
But Haikyuu, especially this last season, I think does a really great job of elaborating on more minor characters, not necessarily the main group, which is the main team on Karasuno. So they like go on. I love how this past season was it all against the Mia twins?
Half of it.
Do you guys know?
Yeah.
That was the
Half
whole
of it
season.
was.
Okay.
Well,
That was
to,
like
the,
the
to the top had 2 parts. The first part was
Yeah, the first was like the training
arc.
arc.
Oh,
the
and this
second
was all
part
the
was-
second.
yeah.
Okay, so referring to just the second part, it was all against the one team with the Mia twins, and they literally go and give you an actual like heartwarming, or not heartwarming, but like gives you like an intro perspective.
Yeah, to every character on that other team.
Yeah, and like what
Yes.
motivates them, why they are the way they are. I mean, they really do a great job, and they even go as far as when after the first set, I think, or maybe the second set, they go and elaborate on a whole different match,
a whole nother team. And I was like, why are
Gabby,
they doing this?
Yeah, exactly, for Nekoma. And like, and they just such a good job of like going
That's
on.
because that's the
each
team
character.
they're playing next, I guess.
Yeah,
or whatever.
that's the case.
And
also,
you
but-
already know with Haikyuu, you know they're gonna delve, deep into all these characters' backstories, why they're here, why they want to win, what is winning to them, and it is
just,
really
like,
well done.
There's like
Yeah.
this weird like charm with Haikyuu. I just feel like, especially when they work together as a team, like it's not just like the characters themselves alone, but when they work as a team, when they do things together. And I feel like there's been so many. Okay, I don't really like going to previous seasons to talk about the latest ones, since we're only talking about the latest season. But Haikyuu is really hard to do because a lot of the seeds that made the characters so great this season came from previous seasons. So to see all of them coming together and all those like people getting their shine and things happening to other characters, and to, like, I really like the way they did it. So just because of that, I feel like Haikyuu could be, you can fight for either Arizo and Haikyuu. I'm fine with both of them.
Yeah,
think
I mean,
that-
we should also talk about a Hero no Sora. I mean, in case someone hasn't already seen the best boy category. We really like a couple of us really like the characters in a Hero no Sora quite a bit.
They're so real. They're such a real
They really are.
Like, they're the most real as you can get. Like,
They really are. Like,
All right,
they go through it.
Before you elaborate on best cast for Hero no Sora, let's just start off by saying all they did was take L's.
Why do you have to preface it with that? That has nothing
The
to do
best
with the cast.
cast.
That has nothing to do with the cast.
no, but the point of them taking L's is what makes it such a good show, though.
if Karasuno lost the most recent game, would you feel any different? Would you feel
At least
like
there were
it
some
doesn't belong
ups,
in
or
best
it's going to
cast?
be all the way up. All I saw was downs when I was watching Hero no
You're
Sora.
speaking of,
There was no
about your
ups.
overall opinions of the show. We're talking about just the cast.
It was 60 plus episodes. Give me one
yeah,
win.
they did
Give me
did some
one
really good thing with those
win.
characters. in 60
One
episodes.
win, please.
Yo,
I stuck through it for nothing.
Well, go read the manga, then you'll get
Go,
to see
all
it.
right.
Well, I don't know.
Word is
Elaborate.
forbidden here.
Elaborate on Hero no Sora for best cast, please.
Okay, so all of the individual characters, they all start off like in completely different places for the most part. And they kind of, they come together because of not really their love for basketball necessarily, but for different, like, they're just so dynamic. Like, they all have their different motivations, their different reasons for wanting to play and wanting to win overall. And they're all like put through the grinder. Like they all have like step backs because obviously they keep losing their games, and some of them don't even really want to play basketball that much. but something always keeps bringing them back, and the characters are like they're just all so unique and different.
Yes.
And I just love seeing them interact with each other and just like seeing where their story goes.
Yeah, the best part of A Hero No Sora is not the actual basketball, but it's the interactions between them and how they talk with each other. Like the thing with The Hero No Sora is that it feels like it's a bunch of like misfits, but they don't do it in an edgy way. It's like some kid just saw this school, just saw a bunch of kids just trying to make it work and joined a basketball team and just wrote a book about it. It's not about oh, this team's gonna win the championship.
I mean, to be fair, I think A Hero No Sora maybe is. I like it more than Haikyuu, but I understand that opinions are higher for Haikyuu, I guess.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't know, man. Like for example,
I think the hero characters are like strangely more developed than the Haikyuu characters.
No, because every character is so vulnerable and so pathetic, but so human at the same time. So like it feels so relatable.
Yeah,
like it just
it
feels
really
so
does.
good. Like I just really like how much like attention the author does, even to like small things that they do. Like times where you think that in normal shows they'll come and prevail or they'll rise to the moment.
It's so like not perfect, and I love that about it.
And they don't make it like too cringy or too like soapy or too edgy or something. They just make it just enough, which is why I really really like the show.
What's that one girl's name? That starts with an N. No, not now. The other one. Madoka. Man, it's so edgy. What? She'd be crying in the rain.
Oh yeah,
the amount of rain scenes she's in. Oh,
Madoka in particular near the end of the show started losing me a little bit, but I did like when she lost the when like her team got kicked out of the finals or whatever, and she was talking about there's some people who like persevere and can keep moving on, but she doesn't know if she's one of those people or whatever. And then
so
they talk about like Ahiru and the other characters.
But it's not like okay. Apart from like the MC.
I mean, if y'all want Ahiru to win here, I'm not gonna. I'll let.
Oh no, I was coming.
Oh, hold on. I think it's coming in Knocker. What do you think? Haikyuu or Ahiru?
Boy, here's the thing. I don't want to. Okay, Tim, what do you think?
Don't ask me. I don't care.
Oh my!
I'm zoned out, dog. I already told you I was just gonna sit here quietly. I got nothing to say about either of those shows.
See, the thing is,
except for that I don't like either of them. So
see, my heart. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm kind of split. Okay, because if you're talking, I
my
think,
heart says Ahiru, but my brain says Haikyuu.
Yes, but at the same time, RE0 is better than I think RE0.
Well, I don't think that one's that. You're fighting the wrong battle there.
just let Haikyuu win and let's just
you know what, I'm fine with Haikyuu because I don't want.
I am fine with Haikyuu.
Imagine A Hero No Sora winning 2 categories, let alone one. Let alone one.
Hero No Sora has good characters, dog. Like
don't get me
really
wrong, I enjoyed watching it, but for going off a previous podcast we did with Best Boy, I did not think it deserved that. And Best Cast,
no
I like it top 3. I won't deny that. It's just definitely not number 1 for me, just because it doesn't do enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean this isn't the list that I wanted, but I'm okay.
I'm okay with this list.
Yeah.
All right, so for Best Cast, we have Haikyuu to the top as your winner, and behind it we have A Hero No Sora and RE0 Season 2. Also pretty good cast. Oh boy!
I thought Knocker was about to switch up on me. Go on, Stefan.
Nah. I love my.
I thought he was too.
I thought he was about to switch up. I was like, oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
No, I really was about to do this. I really was, and I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. It doesn't make. I can't be petty. I gotta get my.
Hey, it wouldn't have been petty. You would have been making the right decision.
Imagine.
Nah.
So next,
I had to think about it.
So our next category is probably my favorite category, actually. We have Biggest Surprise next. So look forward to that one. I love Biggest Surprise, personally. But
God. Okay.
We'll see. Any final words?
I can't wait
to see what
show surprises the most.
I am content.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Make sure you follow us on all the podcasting platforms of choice, as well as Twitter and Instagram. We'll see you next time. Bye!